Hello, I'm Professor Ted Crilly, and I've just completed a mind swap between Father Jack and Mrs. Doyle.
You'll have a little cup of tea, and you will go on. Arse!
I've also done myself and Dougal, but nothing seems to have happened. Right, Dougal?
Shut up, Ted.
Oh, right.
Evening Worship. Father Ted is back. Friday, 6th of March on 4.
This is the Noid. He loves to ruin your pizza. If you've ever gotten cold pizza or squashed pizza or pizza that just wasn't right, the Noid did it. But at Domino's Pizza, we avoid the Noid. So when you want hot, delicious quality pizza delivered in less than 30 minutes, Domino's Pizza delivers. One call does it all.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Jazzy Jeff's Trading Card Review Series. I'm Jazzy Jeff. These are trading cards. Let's review. So, in the description, man, I can never ever speak for the life of me. I will never ever be able to get through a video without doing it at least once. But that being said, I feel like Gene Simmons, my tongue feels huge tonight. I don't know what's going on. In the title of the video, you guys can see that it said memories once again. In the description of the video, if you read that before you watched it, you saw that there is a link to my original memories video that I did back in season 1 of the Trading Card Review Series, and I ended up showing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trading cards. And this is actually going to be a pretty heavy video on the talking segment, but I will open up the cards to kind of alleviate the video, so it's not just all of me talking. But I feel like being a YouTuber, obviously every so often, you know, you're bound to do videos just based on you wanting to talk about things that matter to you, and these cards definitely bring back a lot of memories, and it's kind of crazy how these trading cards continue to bring back good memories and bad memories, and I kind of just want to share them with you guys because I think it's a great way to get this off my chest, but it's also another great way for you guys to get to know me a little bit more and not so much the character of Jazzy Jeff, because I know in a lot of these videos I'll put on a show and I'll do a whole segment, and that's not necessarily who I am. That's not necessarily me. So I think it's important every so often to kind of just do a video where it's actually me talking and not just me like performing for the camera. And that being said, if you go back and you watch that video, I don't get super into detail, but I touch base, in regards to my parents, fighting and arguing, and that's not even so much really, wasn't really a whole lot of importance. The main importance of the video was that these trading cards were a great escape. Action figures were a great escape. Comic books and candy and Halloween and all that cool stuff. They were just great escapes, along with just great hobbies and things that I like to do. And when I did that video, that was way back before a lot of people watched my videos. That was before a lot of people really cared about who I was, or anything really remotely to that. And the only people that really watched my videos were a few close friends, and that's about it. So when that video got uploaded, I didn't really think anything of the sort. And then, surprisingly, somehow a few members of my family watched that video and got like extremely upset and got very like butthurt essentially, and they were triggered. I know a lot of people use that term nowadays. I think it's kind of a silly term, but yeah, I mean, the people were triggered. And I received a lot of phone calls, and there was a lot of anger, and I had to block somebody from my family on Facebook because they were writing all over my wall about it, and it was pretty crazy. And I think I had nipped it in the bud before that whole situation got out of control. And I was able to delete the posts and block who I needed to block and take care of all that. But the thing is like I went back and rewatched that video like multiple times, and I don't mention names and I really don't go into massive detail. But me just mentioning the mere fact that my parents argued upset my family. And once again, I'm sure this video is probably going to cause some controversy for some family members that watch this, and it's not meant to cause controversy. It was, the original video was not meant to be taken that way. This video is not meant to be taken that way, but you know, who knows? I mean, misery loves company, and I can't stop people from creating drama out of you know, sticks and stones. So I have something to talk about, and I'm going to talk about it. So that being said, that video just became sort of this funny, weird, strange little thing and it was just kind of its own beast, and I haven't done anything since. But I did show Ninja Turtles trading cards, that video, like I am now. Obviously, these are the tops. 5 cards, 1 sticker, 1 stick of bubble gum that's completely cracked apart. The date on these suckers are 1989. This is the one with Leonardo, of course. So there he is on there. And I have all of them. I have the one with Leo, I have the one with Donatello, I have the one with Raphael, and I have the one with Michelangelo. But I'm planning on keeping those sealed because at least it's all 4. So, but yeah, I do have a little collection of Ninja Turtle cards. I eventually will show you guys more. Wow, this is amazing. The first one is like the best one. So there's Michelangelo. I got the number 2 card. And the funny thing is, I have the number 1 card as well, which is Raphael. So now I have 1 and I have 2, so that is wild. And I'm actually a big fan of Michelangelo. I'm sure you guys can see the Michelangelo tail right behind me. So Raphael is definitely my favorite, but growing up I always loved Michelangelo a lot. So I'm basically just going to continue talking, and I'll show these cards in between. So essentially, that you know, was just a quick little video, just me just discussing, you know, how these Ninja Turtle cards, you know, how they just meant a lot to me. You know, and I understand, you know, parents argue and parents fight and bad shit happens, and, you know, the world isn't perfect. And it was a real shame that my, you know, family just got so just ridiculously upset at a simple trading card, you know, video. And like I said, if you go back and watch that video, a lot of emphasis is put on the cards, and there's not a whole lot of emphasis put on, you know, the part where I talk about, you know, my family. And like I said, if I didn't bring up my family, then the point I was trying to make in these cards meaning more to me and being more nostalgic to me and being more special to me, that whole point would not have gone through. People wouldn't have understood that. There would not have even been a point to have been made. So that's the only reason why I brought up that stuff. You know, why I mentioned that my parents argued, and a lot of parents argue, a lot of families argue, a lot of families fight. You know, it's it's normal. It's, you know, it's a normal part of being human and growing and evolving and maturing. And, you know, if anybody says that they don't fight or they don't argue, you know, you're a liar. You know, I don't believe you. Like, people fight, things happen. And so anyway, flash forward, you know, some time, you know, that video came and went. You know, like I said, not many people saw it. Hopefully more people see it now. I'm going to repost it, obviously, before I make this video. But when it originally came out, not many people saw it. Not many people really cared about it. And, oh God, of course there's gum residue. They actually put the gum on the front of this fucking card. Unbelievable. I don't even want to get into it. Hopefully I might be able to clean that. So, flash forward some time. I never really talked about it. I know I did a Facebook live video about it, and I might have uploaded it on Facebook. But I, a couple years ago, used to have a friend named Chris, and we were sort of friends on and off. But we definitely hit it off really well, and we had a ton in common, and we definitely, you know, we definitely hit it off, so to speak. And him and I had a ton in common, and, you know, we became friends very quickly. And this, I would say this whole kind of interaction between him and I, that would have been at least almost a year after I made that Memories video. And I had acquired more Ninja Turtle trading cards. And I wanted to do something special with the cards because the original set, I did the Memories video. And so I figured, you know what? The Jazzy Jeff Show is finally going to have a guest. He's finally going to do sort of a collaboration video with him and another person. And my friend Chris was going to be that person. And I'm pretty sure that the videos, I don't remember if they got released or not. I really don't remember. And I'm not entirely sure if the videos ever saw the light of day, but I know they came really close to production, and they essentially were part of the trading card series. And I think if you go back to season 2, you'll see that the episodes go from like 17 to 19, and it skips over like an episode or two, or it might go from 17 to 20. Like, I think episodes 18 and 19 are missing. And I think I kind of touched base on this, but I figured I would do a new video, obviously, talking about this. But long story short, him and I had a massive falling out. He actually punched me, and you know, he caused my nose to bleed and my lip to swell up, and it was fucking crazy. And I obviously did not hit him, and I'm not just saying this to look like the better person. Like, it was a weird night, and things were happening. And, you know, I made some mistakes, but I definitely didn't deserve to be fucking punched. And, once again, you know, in relation to the Ninja Turtles cards, what made it so crazy was that we did reviews. Before that night, before, you know, he punched me, before all that shit went down, him and I had done openings of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles trading cards. And it was a huge fucking bummer when I decided not to release any of those videos once him and I stopped being friends. And it sucked because there was a lot of great cards, and it was great footage, and it was really funny, and my ex-girlfriend did the filming, and, you know, you can hear her laughing in the background. And it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, those videos are long gone. I mean, I deleted everything. I destroyed all the footage. It doesn't exist. And once again, a bunch of playing cards kind of just went to the wayside. You know, so I still have those cards, and, you know, I could show them again. But it's always fun, you know, when you open up the pack and you see them for the first time. And you know, it's not as cool when you have just a stack of cards and you're like, okay, let's look at these cards that I already opened. You know, it's definitely more fun when they're new and they're sealed. And so I'll continue showing the next set. So anyway, yeah, so essentially, unfortunately, oh wow, look at that, a double. See what I mean? I always get doubles. But unfortunately, the turtle cards were the ones that got, you know, they were the ones that were chosen, that you know, for us, for Chris and I to open. And you know, it's a shame. You know, and once again, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's just more like bad memories that are tied to these cards. But at the same time, you know, these cards bring me so much joy and so much happiness that it does help to erase some of those memories. But it is a real shame that, you know, these two negative, you know, incidents occurred, you know, in relation to these cards. But then again, you know, when I look back to being younger, you know, when bad things were happening in the family, you know, these cards were there to help me. So, you know, as I grow older and I mature, I don't so much associate the bad memories with the cards. You know, the cards were there when bad things were happening, but I'm starting to get to that point where I'm not associating these cards with those memories as much, but more so as reasons to overcome these bad memories. So I will say, at least today's video was very therapeutic. There's nothing negative about the opening of these cards. I don't think anything's happened. Nobody's died. The roof didn't cave in, you know, like nothing. No, I didn't explode. So I would say that, that I guess, you know, I guess the lesson is always open turtle cards by yourself. No, I mean, there really is no lesson to be learned, but I guess the one thing just to take away from this video is it's very easy to associate negative things, you know, or negative connotations to things you like. But you should always look at the bigger picture. And how fitting, man. Like, I swear, like, this was in the pack. Turtle Power. Amazing. The best card. Of course, it's got some gum residual on it because they put the fucking thing face up. So I'll have to see if I can maybe clean it a little bit. But this card, I mean, these cards are amazing. I mean, this is why. Like, look at that. I got 2 puzzle pieces. There's Michelangelo. I mean, This is why I open cards. This is why I collect cards. Like, this is why I love the old cards, because they cheer me up. So, anyway, guys, this has been the Memories episode for this season. I guess they'll, maybe moving forward, I'll try and make sure that I do at least one Memories episode every season. But once again, just a disclaimer to anybody watching. This video wasn't meant to bash anybody. It wasn't meant to hurt anybody. This is just me just talking. If you were offended or upset because I brought up things that, you know, happened in the past, I'm sorry. But I hope that you're mature enough to, you know, move on. And yes, that was a fart. And I hope that you were mature enough to understand that, you know, in life sometimes people just need to talk about things. And this was me talking about some trading cards that I love. And I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cards. And they will always bring me a lot of joy. And they're a great way to escape, you know, bad shit that happens in the world. And I hope that this video shed a little bit more light into the real side of Jazzy Jeff. And I hope this video wasn't too much of a downer. And if you guys have any comments, questions, stories, if you want to talk about anything that makes you happy, takes you out, you know, takes you away from negativity, please leave it in the comment section below the video. But anyway, this was a serious episode of the trading card review series. The next one will definitely be nice and silly. But I thank you guys so much for supporting the channel, for watching me, and I love doing videos like this. And if you guys like hearing the more serious side, please let me know. I used to have a series called Jazzy Thoughts, which I haven't done in a really, really long time. If you guys think that that's something I should bring back, I might actually bring it back. Unfortunately, there will not be any gum eaten in this video. However, I will show the gum. And the gum is, to me, I know this sounds corny, but it's a symbol of life. That sometimes in life, things break. And sometimes things are meant to break. And they're not meant to go back together. But just because things break, it doesn't mean you are broken as a person. Sometimes things just happen. And you have to just look at the situation. Hopefully you learn from the situation. And you move on. So this has been Jazzy Jeff with another great episode of the Trading Card Review Series. Thanks for watching.
Dance, baby, dance, come and dance with me. Hear the beat of the pounding sea. Ride, baby, ride, come and ride with me. Let your feet go easy.
What do you make of this? Where does the other end go? It dumps into the ocean.
It looks exactly like the South American Fantigua fish. I hope you can take one alive, Sheriff.
I still believe that a human clawed that girl to death.
The Beach Girls and the Monster, starring John Hall, Sue Casey, and the glamorous Watusi dancing girls from Hollywood's famed Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub. Music by Frank Sinatra Jr.
You got a monster in the surf.
Chicks, do you have a problem? You won't have after you meet the monster on the beach. If you see this ghoul, play it cool. Beauties in bikinis, laughing, singing, surfing, sinning. Beach party lovers making hey-hey in the moonlight while the monster waits and watches. Yeah. This one will kill you.